also had kind of a, I guess you could say, like, traumatic experience happen to me recently. I listened to Gracie Abrams' new album called Daughter from Hell. Daughter from Hell. Daughter from Hell. Daughter from Hell. That is right. The album name is Daughter from Hell. And like I said in my previous video, the album came from the depths of hell. And I kind of want to, before I go into detail about my thoughts on the album, I want to say that I listened to Gracie Abrams' music before she kind of like blew up. I didn't really care for like her EPs or anything, but I loved the album Good Riddance. I think she has the potential to be a very strong songwriter when she really puts her mind to it. But I guess she also released The Secret of Us, which was kind of a step down from Good Riddance, in my opinion. The songwriting was still kind of there, and she is not known for her vocals, which I don't know, if you have like really good vocals or really good lyricism, you can have one and not have the other, and I'll still enjoy your music. That's just kind of how I am. But this last album had neither of those. Like, she also has really good production on some of her songs. I like just the way that her songs make me feel. But her last album had none of that. The production was terrible. The lyrics were terrible. The vocals were terrible. And I'm sitting here, like, saying all this as if I'm a successful, like, musician, which clearly I'm not. But I don't know, I think as fans we do kind of have, maybe not a right, but I think we kind of have a say in how music is received and what we think needs improvement and what we think is like going well. And Daughter from Hell did not go well. Yeah, I don't know. So I decided to block Gracie Abrams because the album scared me. It had probably like one good song on it, and that was one of the singles. Singles. And it was called Look at My Life. And I think everything about that song was pretty good. Like, I know she's not known for her vocals, but she sounded really good on that song. And I also think that the lyricism was really good. The pace was really good. Like, the production was really good. And then I listened to the rest of the album when it came out. I want to say it was this past Friday is when it came out. I was so disappointed. So disappointed. And yeah, I'm hoping that Charli XCX, I'm really hoping that Charli XCX will kind of like save us with this new album coming out this upcoming Friday. I want to say July 24th. I think it's called Music, Fashion, and Film or something along the lines of that. And I'm not gonna lie, she had a couple singles that came out. One of them was called Rock Music, and I was not a fan. And I remember when that song came out, and so many people did not receive it well, myself included. And there was this like insane divide among like Charli XCX fans, and there was people saying like, oh, if you're a Charli XCX fan, excuse me, if you're a Charli XCX fan, and you have that opinion, I apologize, but I will not be changing my mind. The other singles that she has released since then, there's one that's called Spring Summer 26, and that one was fine. And then she released another one called Wink 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 Wink, and that one was pretty good. And then I think the newest one she dropped was called Camera, or I think it's just called Camera, and that one is phenomenal. Like, that's the Charli XCX stuff that I like. So I'm really hoping I'm not let down by this next album, because Gracie Abrams really let me down, and she's blocked on everything now, or at least she will be after I record this video. I gotta double check. But then after that, on July 31st, on July 31st, Ariana Grande's next album, Petal, comes out, and I'm pretty sure she's only released like one single from it so far, and that was Hate That I Made You Love Me, and that song is phenomenal. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not super into Ariana Grande's music. I'm definitely more of a casual listener. I really started listening to her a lot more when Eternal Sunshine came out, and that album was so good. I think she needs to roll with like that kind of music, because I think that fits her so good, and I have really high hopes for this album as well. And yeah, I know she's not gonna fumble it. Like, she's Ariana Grande, come on. But yeah, I really don't know what to expect. And also, obviously, I'm talking about the album, I have to comment on the like AI video that came out, or I guess the AI audio of that song, the song Petal. And I really try to be against the use of AI as much as possible, okay? But that audio was so funny, and I don't know who created it, and I don't know why people actually fell for it and thought that that was like how the album was gonna sound. But it was so funny, and yeah, I don't know, I'm pretty sure Ariana Grande ended up like responding or reacting to it. I don't even remember if she did respond to it. I don't remember what she said, but yeah, other than that, I can't think of any other albums that are coming out soon that at least I listen to, or like are from artists that I listen to frequently. But yeah, I know Somber, he needs blocked too. But I know he released a couple singles. There was one called Homewrecker, and I think that was the single that started this like potential album. I have heard nothing about it. Please let me know if there's something on the way, because I have not heard anything from him about an album coming out. But he released Homewrecker, and I really liked that one. And then he released the song Potential. And it didn't hit for me. It really didn't. It was fine. And then the last one he released, I don't even know what it was called. Maybe like My Body or something like that. Because I remember him saying that in the song. But the one girl who played Nikki, I really do not want to like fumble her name, but I'm pretty sure her first name's pronounced Indy. I do not know how to pronounce her last name, and again, I'm not trying to fumble that. So she played Nikki in Obsession, which, phenomenal movie. I was actually kind of like anti images or scary scenes in that movie, but that is the one I could not get out of my head, with like the look on her face and the way she was talking to him and the way she was moving around the room. I could not get that out of my head for like a week straight, every time I wanted to go to sleep. And that's how you know it's a good movie, okay? But yeah, I know she was in that music video. I finally brought it back around, but I know she was in that music video with Somber, and I have some opinions that I probably shouldn't share on here. But yeah, I think she looked stunning, she looked amazing, and also in Homewrecker, the lady that guest starred in that music video, I think it's Quinn or something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. But I know she's like very famous on TikTok and like social media, and she is very funny, and she was stunning in the Homewrecker music video as well. But yeah, they both killed it. I hope they blocked Somber after they collected their paycheck. And yeah, I don't even know where I was going with this. Oh yeah, I was talking about music coming out. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of all I have to say about music. But yeah, block Gracie Abrams, block Somber for clear skin, and block Gracie Abrams and block Somber to get the best ASMR content that you can on your feed. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to talk about like the Taylor Swift wedding too. I kind of want to do like a little bit more looking into it, but kind of a surface level type thing. Why did we hold it at Madison Square Garden in New York? Like, that felt so excessive to me. That did not feel like Taylor Swift at all. And I kind of want to add on, like, I started really listening to Taylor Swift when I was a junior in high school, and I am now about to be in my 4th year of college. I had to think about that, but I'm about to be in my 4th year of college, and this past October, she released an album called The Life of a Showgirl, and I was really excited because the only albums I had, like, when I was a fan of her, the only albums that she released when I started listening to her on my own was Midnights, which I really enjoyed. I think I was a senior in high school when that came out. And The Tortured Poets Department, which, again, I really liked. I think it was a really honest and messy album, and I really like when artists have the ability to just be raw and real with their songwriting. And I don't really think that was there on Midnight, but I do think it was there in the Tortured Poets Department. And I love that it was like 30 songs, because I just love long albums. But yeah, I was really excited for The Life of a Showgirl. I even had like a couple of my friends come over to this apartment, and we were gonna like stay up until midnight until it released, and we did. We ordered food, and we just kind of caught up with each other after not seeing each other for quite some time. And I think the first song, The Fate of Ophelia, was really good. And it's like every song after that, it just got worse and worse and worse. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, like, what the hell is she talking about in this album? And I remember there was a lot of discourse over it, especially on TikTok when it came out, with people saying things like, this is her expressing love, and this is how she feels when she's in love. And I'm gonna be so honest with the words that are on that album and the instrumentation and the production and such. If that's how she feels like when she's in love, like just think the album felt very AI. It did not feel like Taylor Swift at all. And I started seeing like creators on TikTok who were kind of doing like deep dives into her history and like the problematic side of Taylor Swift. And I truly did not know until after I listened to this album, like how messy she was and how intentional she can be with some of her actions. I'm not really going to go into detail because it's out there on the internet. You can go find it if you would like. But I don't know, she kind of has this thing where she cannot let go of the number one spot by any means. And she'll put out 40 variants of one song, like a lead single, or, you know, she'll put out 20 vinyls of the same album, and they all just look different. So people will keep buying and buying and buying and streaming and streaming and streaming. And I never really saw that as a problem until this album came out. And since then, I don't know, I feel like I was kind of in like a trance or something. And I feel like that album was really a wake-up call, and it kind of woke me up out of that trance that I was in. Because now I rarely listen to her. I'm sure I'll probably tune into the next album that she drops, just because, mostly because I'm curious to see if it's better. But because again, like I still do occasionally listen to her, so I would like to hear, you know, the new music that's coming out. But it better not be a letdown like last time. And yeah, I'll kind of leave that part at there for now. I kind of want to do a whole deep dive just like discussing that album and how it's just very out of touch, very tasteless. But yeah, so I guess continuing about the wedding. Her and Travis, like, I'm obviously not in their relationship at all. I don't know either of them personally. But he does not seem like the type of guy that she would go for, like, ever. And so I think that's kind of weird. I feel like their vibes don't match and, like, opposites attract or whatever, but not them. I should probably include in this video when I'm done recording, like, hot takes, like, on pop culture, so, like, do not watch if you're gonna get offended. Because I will not be changing my opinions on this stuff, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, the people that were, like, arriving to this wedding, like, I saw so many photos of people, like, I'm guessing, like, in a taxi or a cab or Uber or something, and, it all looked like everyone was in the same car at a different time, and that's how people were, like, getting photos, was, like, through the front, like, window, the windshield, and I just thought that was really interesting. I personally have not seen any of the wedding pictures. I don't know if there's any out there, or if they're being very private with them, but, I mean, I don't know, it's not my business, I guess, but, I kind of want to comment, though, on, like, the people that were invited. There was some problematic people that were invited, and also just some, like, really questionable people, I guess. One of them, for me, I thought was just so insane and bizarre, was that Adam Sandler was there. And I found out recently that he's, like, a friend of Travis Kelce, which, crazy friendship hole. I never would have seen that coming. But yeah, I don't know. There was another guy there who I'm pretty sure had some sort of connections to ICE, and I was, like, disgusted, obviously, as anyone should be, and I am not sure why this person wasn't invited to that wedding. I don't care if it was a friend or family or anything like that. Like, you can see what's clearly going on in the world. like it was not discussed enough. And it's really disappointing too with, I guess her fan base is very diverse. And I just think it's extremely disappointing that she would allow something like that at her wedding. I'm not surprised. At the end of the day, she is a billionaire, and at the end of the day, they really just care about money. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised or shocked. I'm just, like, disappointed. Do better. But yeah, I guess that's kind of all I'm gonna talk about for now as far as pop culture. But I wanted to give my opinions on kind of like some recent events with pop music and music artists in general, at least the ones that I pay attention to. But yeah, I'll probably get on here again after this new Charli XCX album and talk about it, and probably after the Ariana Grande album comes out as well. And honestly, I think Phoebe Bridgers has an album coming out, I want to say in September, correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, I want to say she has an album coming out as well that I would love to listen to, because we have had like a 4-year, 5-year Phoebe Bridger hiatus, so it is about time that she is coming back to create music. But other than that, I can't really think of any other big albums that are coming out, for me at least, throughout the rest of this year. But if there is, I will talk about them for sure. And I'm gonna leave it at that. But I want to leave all of you with what I said earlier, this very important piece of information. Block Gracie Abrams and Somber. If you want the best ASMR content